Hello, happy Tuesday. I'm going to answer a question I got yesterday when I did like an Ask Me Anything thing. I didn't get to them yesterday, so I'm going to answer them here today, Thursday, and Friday, because I got 3 really good questions. And the first one is, what's the best way, I have it in front of me here, what's the best way to measure weight loss progress? The scale is killing me. I think a lot of us can relate to this, right? We're kind of taught that the gold standard of, hey Haley, of measuring weight loss is the scale. If you've been to Weight Watchers, you know this to be true. You live and die by the scale on that program. And so it's no wonder that a lot of my clients who are Weight Watcher reformed come to me and say this very question: how else do you measure progress? Like, this is the gold standard. It is not. Not even close. The thing is, I'm not anti-scale. I think if you can step on it and just be fine with whatever it says, whether it's up, down, it stays the same, you don't let it get to you, then it's fine to use. But what I find is people who have done programs like Weight Watchers, they can't do that, because in the meetings, if you get weighed and you don't hit your target, you failed. And then it's like, I've been working so hard, counting my points, trying to eat so well, and it's not even working, so what's the point? And then they go off the program only to rejoin months later when they feel like they need to start over and they need a reset. And so that's where I think the scale can be really detrimental, because here's the thing, when it comes to fat loss, it's not linear. You're not going to lose a pound every single week. You're just not. Your body's not going to do that. There might be some weeks where you lose 2 or 3 pounds, and then for the next 2 weeks or so, it's not going to move all that much. Or for a little while, you might steadily lose a pound a week, and eventually your body's just going to slow down a little bit, and it will pick back up. But if you cannot use the scale without it like affecting your mood or affecting your effort or making you want to sabotage yourself, you have no business being on it. So let's talk about a few different ways that you can measure progress without using the scale. The first one is my favorite. The first one is progress pictures. Progress pictures always tell the story. They tell if your nutrition is on point, if you're hitting your workouts, if you're getting your sleep, if you're managing stress. You can see it on your face and you can see it on your body. And this is especially useful for women who are also strength training and trying to pack on some muscle, because while it's not true that muscle weighs more than fat, it is true that muscle is more dense than fat, so it just takes up less space. So if you think about it, this is how I always like to describe it, because that's a big myth too, is that muscle weighs more than fat. It doesn't. If you have a pound of rocks versus a pound of feathers, you need very few rocks to make a pound, right? But you need a lot of feathers. So muscle is rocks, fat is feathers. Think of it like that. So if you're strength training, if you're replacing muscle with fat, the scale might stay pretty steady for a little while, but your body's going to be changing. You're going to be fitting into smaller size clothes. You're just going to be feeling tighter and more fit. The scale's not always going to reflect that, but pictures will. I just had a client, she sent me her second set of pictures. Here's the tricky part too. She just sent me her second set of pictures and I was blown away when I saw them. Her midsection is tighter. You can see much more definition in her arms. Her booty's like lifted and tighter. And this is just after a month of consistent workouts and slightly tweaking her nutrition. And when I got them, I texted her and I was like, oh my God, your pictures, they look amazing. Like, great job. I'm so proud of you. She's like, oh, I couldn't really tell. We are our own worst critics. So this is why I like to have my clients send them to me, because it's more of like an objective eye than them sitting there judging themselves. The progress that she's made in a month is crazy. So proud of her. I'm trying to fix this, but you know what? Who actually cares? Not me. Not Haley, not anyone who's watching this. So progress pictures, gonna take some pics tomorrow morning. Yes, because I think I still have your first set from August. So let's see. Progress pictures are always my favorite. The second way you can measure progress is clothes. Take a pair of pants or a skirt or a dress that you just really want to fit into, again, comfortably, and use that as a way to measure your progress. Now, you have to be smart about this. You cannot, and I've had a client say this to me, she's like, I tried on a pair of jeans and they just don't fit, and I feel like I'm not making any progress. And so we started talking about it, and come to find out they were jeans from like 3 years ago. As women, our bodies change a lot, especially if you're having kids, especially if you're just a normal person, a normal woman, your body is going to change. So you might not be the same size that you were 3 years ago, and that's okay. Or you also have to ask yourself, when I fit into these pants, what was I doing? Was I hardcore crash dieting and I only fit into them when I was like struggling and killing myself in the gym and only eating like sweet potatoes, broccoli, and chicken? Then that's not a good goal to have. That's not a healthy measurement. But what you want is maybe pants that fit you at the start of the pandemic that don't fit you anymore. You can certainly use those like 6 to 12 months ago. You can certainly use those to measure your progress. And when those jeans slide on and slip up, it is just such a good feeling. And the best feeling is that as you move from season to season, as you come out of winter into spring, into summer, you don't have to buy a whole new wardrobe. You just know things are going to fit. Of course, you can buy a few things. We all like to do a little shopping, I think. So that's the second way. And then, of course, there is your food choices. If you're monitoring your food choices, are they more automated? Are you snacking less because your meals are built out and they're more satisfying and you're getting that combination of protein, fat, and fiber in on a consistent basis? That's a big win. Are you lifting heavier in the gym? Do you have more energy for your workouts? Are you sleeping better? Are you handling stress better? Those are all big things that we never, I don't want to say never, but we don't really take into consideration, because here's what I hear a lot too. I'm feeling better. I'm eating better. I'm feeling more positive. I have more energy. My workouts are amazing, but the scale hasn't moved. So I must be doing something wrong. It's like, no, the scale just hasn't caught up yet. Especially if it's only been like a few weeks. Like, it takes your body time. Fat loss to your body means death. Whether you have like 50 pounds to lose or 5, your body doesn't care. It doesn't want to release that. It's not just like, okay, here, take it. Especially if you've been dieting for a long time off and on. Your body is very, very smart. It knows after a couple times, it knows when you start to slash your calories, it's going somewhere it doesn't want to go. So it's going to hold on. It's going to fight you. It's not going to hold on to fat. A calorie deficit is a calorie deficit. But here's what it's going to do. It's going to increase your cravings. It's going to increase your thoughts about food. It's going to mess with your hunger cues. It's going to stress you out. So you're going to be hungrier. You're going to have more cravings. Like, all these things build on each other. And so when you are, this cat, I swear to God, like, she doesn't do this unless I'm on this or on a coaching call. But anyway, I digress. We have to let feeling good, feeling better, improving our nutrition, managing stress better, sleeping better, we have to let that be good enough. And trust that if we're doing all the right things, all the things that I'm telling you to do as my client, if you're doing all of those things, your results are going to come in. It might just take, I'm going to erase that. It will take longer than you want it to. We all want our results yesterday. We all want our progress yesterday. It takes a while. But that's why it's important to build the habits that will give you the result you want. That's where the magic is. It's not in the scale. That will crush your progress if you can't get on there and just be like totally fine with whatever it says. It will crush you every time. So you can measure progress with progress pictures. You can use a pair of pants that fit you up to a year ago. Let's not go any further than that. A lot can change in over a year. And also looking at your energy, your meal choices, your sleep, your stress. Those are all wins too. Okay? So that's it for today. That's question number 1. Question number 2, what am I coming back with tomorrow? I forget what the question is. It'll be a surprise for both of us. But the enrollment period for my 6-week Fueled Up Reset is closing on Friday. If you want to learn the exact habits you need to start implementing to reach your fat loss goals or your energy goals, or just learn more about nutrition and how to fuel your body better, you want to sign up for this reset. It's $279 for 6 weeks. It is like an intense course in food freedom, balanced meals, conquering your cravings, learning how to eat more mindfully and moderately. We're going over all the most important pieces to the fat loss puzzle. Link is in my bio. Grab your spot so we can get on the phone before it starts. We can get your plan all set, and I'll see you there. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.